you have Scorpio rising, on October 20th, the Mercury and Mars conjunction will be in your first house, which enhances assertive communication, self expression, and your physical vitality. This conjunction can lead to feelings of empowerment, having to do with the pursuit of your personal goals, especially where you have to use both intellect and emotional intuition to achieve those goals. You do want to remain cautious of any emotional overreaction or impulsive decision making. So the key here is to balance the assertiveness with thoughtful consideration and put all of that into like a productive project for you. On October 21st, the new moon in Libra is happening in your 12th house. So this is an excellent time for new beginnings having to do with introspection, your spirituality, or unconscious matters. This new moon is focused on increased self-awareness and spiritual growth. And this might encourage you to take a second look at any hidden fears or unresolved issues for you. This new moon is a good opportunity for you to put any energy into healing or to making any changes that address any like internal challenges for you. Overall, it's just a good time for personal development that has to do with the way you think about things. On October 22nd, the sun is entering Scorpio in your first house, and Neptune will retrograde back into Pisces in your fifth house. This indicates a good time for self discovery or any kind of physical changes that you want to make to yourself. Neptune moving back into Pisces for you can cause some confusion related to romance, creativity, children, or self expression. So while the transit is enhancing your interest in these things, it can also heighten confusion. So that's just something to consider as you're moving forward this month. Be aware of any impulses to seek like escapism as a way to avoid whatever's coming up for you. Sitting with it is fine, but a complete mental escape can just prolong the confusion. On October 24th, the sun in your first house is going to square Pluto in your fourth house. This can indicate some challenges having to do with your personal identity and your emotional foundation. This could also look like an intense desire to resolve any unresolved conflicts within your family. So you want to confront these challenges directly, but also you want to do so obviously mindfully and considering the feelings or the emotional state or what's going on with all of the people involved. The intensity here can be pushing you for meaningful changes, but you just want to be sure that you avoid any potential misunderstanding or conflict. On October 24th and 25th, we have that grand trine between Mercury, Jupiter, and Saturn. So the Mercury trine Jupiter piece is happening between your first and your ninth houses. And this presents a really good opportunity for personal growth and exploration having to do with higher education or travel. This alignment definitely could enhance your confidence while encouraging you to open your mind to new ideas. It's likely that you're going to feel inspired to share your ideas and you're just feeling overall adventurous right now. The trine between Mercury and Saturn is urging you to be practical in these pursuits. So Saturn is in your fifth house, which indicates a productive attitude towards any creative projects. And this also is helping you to articulate things more confidently. Saturn moving through your fifth house is really inspiring you to be more practical in terms of romance, in terms of children, in terms of anything, any kind of creative projects that you're invested in, or even in the way that you have fun. Sometimes that can make us feel a little too serious about things that we normally have fun with. So you want to try to balance all of that. But this is a good time for like commitments and making commitments to any kind of projects that you were doing. So maybe you're taking something that was fun and you're kind of turning it into something that's more long term and more of a like a job for you. Or this is a good time for setting boundaries with children, whether that's teaching children to set boundaries or setting boundaries with your own children. On October 27th and 28th, Mars in your first house will trine Jupiter and Saturn. This can definitely indicate confidence, but it can also indicate overconfidence. So you just want to be cautious of that. This is a good time for new experiences and pursuing anything that's new to you, especially where that has to do with expanding your horizons through travel or education. You could feel motivated to start or to finish creative projects, especially anything that combines inspiration with creativity, but that really needs some discipline. If you had a project like that, that was just sort of hanging over you incomplete, this is a good time to finish it because Saturn involved in this transit is helping with that discipline and using time wisely. One other caution here, Mars entering into that grand trine atmosphere with Mercury and Jupiter and Saturn can also lead to increased emotional overreaction or anger. So you just want to be mindful in how you're applying that. It's okay to get angry, it's a valid emotion. It's not okay to spew it on everyone. On October 28th and 29th, Mercury in your first house will be trining Neptune in your fifth house. So while this aspect can enhance creativity and encourage like a more playful mindset, it can also lead to distraction. So just something to be aware of. It's a good time to use your imaginative energy and to allow yourself to be inspired. Just remember not to fall too far off track. On October 29th, Mercury will ingress into Sagittarius and immediately oppose Uranus in Gemini in your second and eighth houses. This can cause dynamic shifts between your finances and your shared resources. So, like your personal finances and the finances that you either share with your partner or that you are invested in. This can also indicate sudden conversations having to do with intimacy, whether that's physical or emotional intimacy, and it can encourage you to transform some of your ideas around that. This is a good time to remain adaptable because you're likely to experience some type of breakthrough in one or more of these areas. So it can be a good thing to remain open to breakthroughs. At the same time, it can be very disruptive. So it's a fast transit. It's a good idea to just roll with it.